Joe Biden may be gone, but his economic mess is still haunting millions of Americans. You might be one of them. While President Trump is busy cleaning house and restoring sanity to our federal government, the Department of Education is finally ending Biden's disastrous student loan pause and bringing back reality. And if you stick around, you'll find out that this isn't just about collecting student loan debt. It's about dismantling a bloated leftist bureaucracy that's been draining taxpayers for decades. We're talking about accountability, reform, and the long overdue death of the free ride. We've got a clip of White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt dropping the news that the Biden student loan fantasy has come to an end. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Look, if you like our videos and you haven't already, become a subscriber to the channel. Join the RPW Media family. Hit the notification bell, smack that like button because it does help us get our message out to more people. Also, on Friday nights at 6 o'clock Eastern, we do a live stream where we read interesting news stories of the week. We tweak them with a bit of humor, a dash of sarcasm, and a whole lot of conservative common sense. The people in the chat have a blast every single time. Join us this Friday. You'll be glad you did. All right, so the Department of Education is officially back to collecting federal student loan debt after more than 5 years on pause, thanks to the Biden administration's genius idea to kick the can down the road while buying votes for the 2024 election. And guess what? It turns out that Build Back Better doesn't cover monthly payments. Student loan borrowers are about to learn the hard way that Democrat campaign slogans don't double as magic debt erasers. Now, what happens when a government that hands out freebies suddenly demands payment? You're about to find out. According to the Department of Education, this decision will impact over 5 million borrowers, plus another 4 million who are already behind in their payments. That's nearly 10 million people about to get a friendly reminder that Biden's promises don't erase reality. Now, let's be honest. Many Americans paid off their student loans like responsible adults, including me. But now we're being asked to cover for freeloaders who treat debt like it's optional. That's not generosity, guys. That's theft in a cap and gown. Let's get something straight. Nothing, and I mean nothing, in life is free. Those professors standing in front of the classroom, for better or for worse, they've got families to feed. The administrators, the staff, the maintenance crews, keeping those cushy campuses running, all of them have to get paid. If your paycheck starts shrinking this summer, thank a student loan protester who thinks adulting is oppression. And yet these pampered, safe space dwelling campus crybabies want taxpayers, all of us, to foot the bill for their loans we never took out and never agreed to pay back. It's entitlement on steroids, and someone needs to say it out loud. If you borrow it, you pay it. That's how adulthood works. Student loan collections were first paused in March of 2020 because apparently the best way to teach responsibility to young skulls full of pronouns and panic during a global crisis was to hand out a government-sanctioned hall pass to millions upon millions of borrowers, many of whom were already dodging adulthood before the pandemic ever started. But now the tables are turning. Here's White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt lowering the boom on student loan deadbeats. Give it a watch.
In other news, the Trump administration has announced we will put an end to Joe Biden's illegal student loan bailout attempts. No student loan has been referred to collection since March of 2020. That comes to an end. On May 5th, the Department of Education will resume involuntary collections for borrowers with defaulted federal student loans. The student loan portfolio controlled by the federal government is nearly $1.6 trillion, but fewer than 4 out of 10 borrowers are in repayment. This is unsustainable, unfair, and a huge liability for American taxpayers. Debt cannot be wiped away. It just ends up getting transferred to others. So why should Americans who didn't go to college or went to college and responsibly paid back their loans pay for the student loans of other Americans? The Trump administration will never force taxpayers to pay student loan debts that don't belong to them. Student loan borrowers need clarity, and we're finally giving it to them. Borrowers will now be clearly expected to repay their loans, and those who default on their loan obligations will face involuntary collections. The government can and will collect defaulted federal student loan debt by withholding money from borrowers, tax refunds, federal pensions, and even their wages. America is $36 trillion in debt. We must get our fiscal house in order and restore common sense to our country. If you take out a loan, you have to pay it back. It's very simple.
How about that? It's very simple. You take out a loan, you sign on the dotted line, you make a promise, you get what you signed for, but you don't want to pay it back. That's not American, guys. What a breath of fresh air this administration is, bringing sanity back to America. And just in time, the Trump administration is moving full steam ahead to dismantle the Department of Education. Not a moment too soon. After decades of bloated bureaucracy, pointless programs, and tuition costs that require a second mortgage, it's about time someone asked, do we really need this mess? The president has ordered Secretary of Education Linda McMahon to start shutting it down. Translation, the free ride for overpriced degrees in gender studies and climate panic might finally be coming to a screeching halt, and a taxpayer-funded indoctrination machine could be getting its eviction notice. Meanwhile, all borrowers in default can expect a friendly little email from the DOE's Federal Student Aid Office in the next couple of weeks, followed by a wage garnishment notice by midsummer for those who are behind or don't continue to pay, specifically for those in default. So if you've been coasting on Biden's endless extensions for over 4 years and pretending the debt fairy would make it all disappear, now's a good time to check your inbox and your paycheck. The new policy is expected to kick in no later than May 5th. Go ahead and circle the date because thanks to the Trump administration, reality is finally making a comeback. This is what responsible government looks like, regardless of what the fake news is going to tell you. We're finally cutting the cord on academic welfare and reminding Americans of a basic truth. Debts don't vanish. They transfer to other people. The Trump administration, they're making sure it stops with the people who signed on the dotted line. All right, thank you for watching. Hit that notification bell if you want to be kept up to date with policies that actually treat taxpayers with respect. I'll see you in the next one.
I'm gonna dance by myself like nobody's watching.